Howdy, sir.
Alrighty, Roo. Welcome back, everybody, to the podcast. How you doing today?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm doing pretty good.
No, the other person in this room.
There's no one else.
There's a tiny person.
There's a dog, yeah. But there's not people. But I'm doing fine. I'm tired today.
You seem a little out of it.
I'm thinking about a lot.
Yeah?
Yeah. I got a lot on my mind. I got a lot on my mind.
You got money on your mind?
Always. You know what I forgot to do?
What?
Plug in the camera so it doesn't die.
It's totally gonna die.
You think?
Yeah. What's it at?
85.
I seem more delayed than I should be.
You're not?
I'm not.
Nope.
Are you sure?
I can check just to make you feel better, but
Do
Yeah.
I sound good?
yeah, you're fine.
Alright.
Yeah, there's no delay. You're good.
You think she's in shot right now?
I know she is, because I know where the camera's at, yeah.
You're in shot. Hi. Can you go lay down?
It's pretty funny. I guess I could plug the camera in.
She's like, am I out of shot now?
No, she's still I think she might be in it. She might still be in it. Maybe not. I don't know. I think the front of the table, so. Like that table.
I got you.
I got you. It'd be okay. I'm excited for Army of the Dead.
Yeah, that comes out tomorrow.
I know it does. I'm also excited to do a lot of other things. I got so much on my mind.
Yeah?
Yeah, just a lot. Just blasting with ideas of things I could be doing
You got a brain blast?
in my life. Got a brain blast? No brain blast. She looks really sad over there.
She's always sad.
Why is she always sad?
Because she's like, oh, Dad, you're not holding me 24/7. How dare you?
She is kind of needy, isn't she?
Yeah.
Yeah. This isn't going to be a long one today. It's be nice and short.
Could you feel it?
What?
When you went in, you're like, nah.
What do you
We're
mean?
not doing a long one today.
Nah, well, it took a long time to set up, so.
Looks good, though.
I mean,
It doesn't look good.
No.
It sounds good.
It doesn't look good. It does sound good. And yeah, it's pretty decent. Yours is okay.
It's fucking decent,
Fucking-
boys. It's fucking
It's
decent.
fucking mint. As Bubbles would say, I love that show, dude. For those who haven't seen Trailer Park Boys, oh my god. It's phenomenal. All 12 seasons. And
All 12.
all 12 seasons and the animated TV show, and then also
Honestly, I couldn't get into the first 8 seasons, but once Netflix picked them up,
dude, no.
it's perfect.
Are you kidding me? Before
No, truly, like
before
if you can't,
Netflix picked it up, it's so fucking funny too.
it's really funny. But if you can't get into it before Netflix picks it up, try after season 8 and forward. It picks up in quality, and it's to me it was much more enjoyable.
Netflix picked it up before that. I thought we looked this up
We
before.
did.
Yeah.
At the end of season 7 is the final episode.
Yeah. Okay.
So season 8 and forward.
Yeah. Phenomenal show. This shit is so funny, and they still play those fucking characters to this day.
How?
Because they still do shorts on like their YouTube channel and SwearNet and all the websites they post to.
For real?
Swear to God. And they're always in character. Every time they do like short little 30-second clips on YouTube, and they'll be in character, but they'll be talking to like Jimmy Fallon.
That's insane.
It's ridiculous. They never break. But when they do break, like I said before, the smartest one, it seems, out of all of them, like the most well put together and the most outgoing of the 3 is Ricky
The dumbest one.
in the show. Yeah. It's pretty fucking crazy, but he's Rob, oh God,
No idea.
Rob Tremblay, I believe is his
look at
name.
you.
I believe it's Rob Tremblay.
Robert.
I could be wrong.
Are you his mother? Robert.
What is that from? Robert Parr.
What?
It's from a movie. I can't remember.
Robert Parr.
That's all Robert Parr. Fuck, that's from a movie. I know it, and I can't. It's
Always watching Sleeply. Always watching.
Is that Monsters Inc?
Yeah.
Yeah. What's her name?
Slug lady.
Oh, it's Mrs. Something, isn't it?
Well, duh. It's always Mrs. Something.
I mean, no, but I meant like she
I'll
was
look
that
it up.
slug. Oh my God, I can't remember her name. I
Pull
love
it
that
up,
movie
Jamie.
too. What?
Pull that up, Jamie.
Pull that up, Jamie. Do it. Give it a goog.
Give it a goog.
We say that a lot.
Slug
Sorry.
lady.
Actually, I'm not sorry. Fuck you.
Nobody. You're the only one.
I know.
Who said Roz. Roz.
Roz.
R-O-Z.
Oh my God. Yeah, Roz. Yeah. You know, that's it. That makes sense. Roz. I think that's it. Yeah.
Yep. Roz.
Yep. Roz. Yep. Cool.
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 So you're one of those people who hate animated shows?
No, I'm one of those people that has a hard time getting into animated things.
So you haven't seen Clone Wars?
Which one?
Star Wars: The Clone Wars, like the 7-season one.
The TV show, you mean?
Yeah.
I've seen the movies, 2 of them.
Those are bad.
Those are great.
Okay, they're okay, but
they're
like
phenomenal
compared to
for their time.
The 7 seasons.
Okay.
Are you talking about the 2 Star Wars: The Clone Wars that are really sharp edges?
Animated.
Those aren't what I'm talking about.
Cartoon. It's actual cartoon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
you're talking about the TV show that's like digitally animated. Yeah.
Yeah, but that also has a movie. That's what I thought.
Oh no, I've never seen that. I remember when that TV show came out, and I was not a fan. But then again, it was at the time. It was like not a very serious show.
It was like now.
Yeah. No shit.
It's like season 5. The first season 1 through 3 is very confusing because they don't know what they want to be.
Mm-hmm.
But season 4 through 7 is extremely solid and down to earth, and like they really start to understand that their core demographic isn't like kids.
Yeah,
it's people who really enjoy Star Wars.
That's what it became. Mm-hmm. But it started out as like some broke dick Disney show, and I was not a fan of it. It's
much better now. Season 7 is absolutely fantastic, and then Bad Batch is the direct predecessor.
I don't know. Like
I said that wrong. I fucking said that wrong.
I was about to say
predecessor is the person before, the direct descendant of Clone Wars. So in the very very first episode of Bad Batch, mm-hmm. it says Star Wars: The Clone Wars. And then it burns into the Bad Batch.
Okay. So what's Bad Batch about?
Bad Batch is, Delta Squad.
Yeah.
Republic Commandos.
Mm-hmm.
It's basically they're called Squad 99.
Yeah.
And it is Wrecker,
mm-hmm.
Hunter, Crosshair, Tech, and Echo. Echo's new. Echo was a clone that they saved, and it's like a whole big thing. He's a very, very special clone during the season. But he joined Delta Squad, and the other 4 clones they're called defective clones, but they're defective with desirable traits. So Crosshair is an excellent sharpshooter, like perfect.
Yeah.
And Tech is the tech guy, obviously. And then you got Wrecker, who is brute strength, fucking huge, can like rip tanks in half type shit. Yeah. And then you got Hunter, who's the expert tracker.
Okay, so what is the premise of the show?
It takes place, you actually are watching Delta Squad, and they go down. They're deployed to, Kanan Jarrus from Star Wars Rebels. The Jedi who trains Ezra.
Yeah.
Kanan Jarrus and his master are on a planet, and the Delta Squad are deployed to them as their backup.
Okay.
And Kanan Jarrus leads them to his master, and as they're there, like right before they show us this scene, mm-hmm. Tech is talking about how Obi-Wan Kenobi just encountered General Grievous on Utapau. So this is right before Order 66. Like hours before Order 66, minutes actually, and the Jedi tells them where to go and what to do, and they're leaving, and as they leave, the general that was protecting the Jedi gets the call for Order 66, and he shoots her, and then Kanan Jarrus runs back because he hears his master crying out, and obviously Bad Batch, because they're defective clones, their inhibitor chips aren't working, so they don't understand what's going on.
Okay.
So when they run back, Kanan Jarrus is like, "Stay away from me," and he runs away, and that's like that whole little thing. But Crosshairs inhibitor chip works to an extent, where he tries to kill Kanan Jarrus whenever Hunter and him run after him.
Do you think we have inhibitor chips in real life?
It's more complicated than that.
Like, I wouldn't call it like an inhibitor chip. Like, do you think we have like things that stop us from doing things and things that make us do things?
Yeah, but it's more in line with subconsciously ingraining
like,
it.
So do you think it's like a brainwashing type deal?
It's more likely that
more
there's brainwashing than inhibitor chip-esque technology.
In what way?
Just it's more feasible with today's technology and what we've seen. Like people make fun of you for talking about the MK Ultra experiments, but they did it.
They were trying to figure out how to mind control people, right?
They did it for 50 years. Yeah. Yeah. They don't do something for 50 years if it's not working and producing some type of results.
You would think.
Well, no, they're not going to... It was billions of dollars over 50-year time span. They're not going to just throw money at something that's just not working at all.
Did they do it for that long?
50 years, yeah. I think the actual is like 49 years.
I don't have my phone, but
they did it for 50 years.
Okay.
And then they came out in public and said that it was, existed. And then basically they said that it stopped, but they continued it in secret.
And what exactly, do we know exactly what they did in MK Ultra?
No. We know to an extent that they just they would pump you full of like LSD, DMT.
Just they were trying to get you to be submissive almost.
Yeah.
So they were trying to get you to be vulnerable.
Yeah.
Okay.
And a lot of that's where sleeper agents came from, like that concept.
Sleeper agents,
in like Russia, and all that took place during that time. Sleeper agents are like
disposable people.
Yes and no. Like there's a movie about it. It's there's even a Family Guy episode about it. Do you remember when? Oh, what's his name? He's the really goofy guy, not Bill Murray from Ghostbusters, not the nerdy guy, not Bill Murray. The goofy one.
The goofy one.
Remember when they're going into the fire station and they're like, yeah,
Ray?
It's broke. I believe so. It's like broke down and he slides down the pole and he's
Are you talking
this
about
place is great.
Dan
Aykroyd.
Yeah.
Dan Aykroyd is in an episode of Family Guy and he's a sleeper agent.
Okay.
The sleeper agent concept is basically and Americans on AMC, I believe. Mm-hmm. That's sleeper agents. They're Russian sleeper agents.
So they just pretend to be normal people?
They'll be normal Americans for...
Up until...
years. It could be 20, 25 years.
Till we need you.
You'll get a call from Russia and they'll say, aliens don't wear purple hats. And they're activated. And they will go do exactly what they were programmed to do. And die doing it.
Okay. Do they know this?
Yeah. Yes and no. There were some people who were what's called like a heavy sleeper agent.
Keep talking. I'm going to plug that in just in case.
What's called like a heavy sleeper agent. And with heavy sleeper agents, it seemed more in line with it could be like me or you. And then they'll say that phrase and then you'll just snap and you'll be a drone and going to do what you need to do and what you were programmed to do. But do we have any proven success? We don't have like sorry, it's hard to prove that somebody is a sleeper agent, but like in a way, yes, we do have proven stories of sleeper agents. Sleeper agents aren't like a myth. They're real. We know they are. But I can't specifically cite an article that says this is a sleeper agent, this is what he did, and this is who coded him. Like, right. Black Ops 1?
Yeah.
That entire storyline, they are programming you to be a sleeper agent for them.
Okay.
Alex Mason is a sleeper agent in the U.S. government. And once he sees the numbers cause him to try and kill John F. Kennedy. And he was programmed to do that.
Okay, so do we know if there's any other experiments like that? I'm pretty sure we do, don't we?
Yeah, there's a lot, like Project Paperclip.
I thought it was Operation Paperclip.
Yeah. Operation Paperclip. But I think if you know that one, I don't really want to get into that because that's out of my expertise. But
what was that one about again?
That's what I was saying is
I
know it, and I know it's super famous,
Yeah.
and it's a very, very popular story, but I don't remember what that actually goes into detail about. But one that's crazy is called Operation Fishbowl. Do you know what they did?
I don't know.
The U.S. government took, is it like CNBCs? They're land-to-air surface missiles.
Yeah.
And they took them and fired them straight up into the sky.
Okay.
Now, this is one that flat earthers cling on to.
Yeah.
And it's the theory is they shot them straight up into the sky and they hit something. They were impacting and they just kept exploding.
Okay.
And the theory is that they were trying to break the dome.
Oh. Really?
So obviously, okay. Let me just say this up front.
Oh boy.
We know how everybody gets with flat earthers.
Oh boy.
The earth is round. As a man of science, I have never left the earth. Therefore, the earth is round. Because there's planets around us.
So you're safely assuming that science is right.
I'm safely assuming science is right. But
you've never seen it yourself. That's literally how I feel about it.
Exactly. But also being a man of science,
oh boy,
I cannot discredit something that has a possibility of being true, because you can't literally, but in the grand scheme of things, 7 billion people, you can count the number of people who've been off the earth on your hand.
Yeah.
Okay. So for that group of people to keep a secret in the grand scheme of things seems simple enough. But it could still have gotten out. So that's why we have the little trails. And one of them is Operation Fishbowl. So if you believe in...
Well, everybody talks about like, oh, well, how can they keep something so big a secret? Like, that's the thing, though. What if it's so big and so ridiculous that even if it gets out, which it might already have, that no one's going to fucking believe it anyway? And they're like,
they
dude...
literally... like, it's the same thing about... before I lose my train of thought, so that we're going to go into Operation Fishbowl, but... It's the same confusing... It's the same way that I feel about ghosts.
Yeah.
If you get a video of a ghost and you get proof, okay? Like proof of a ghost. Stuff you can't refute. It's not doctored. It's not fake. It wasn't a hoax.
Mm-hmm.
And you show it to everybody. Even if you show them that, it's not going to click in their brain that they just saw a ghost.
Yeah. They're
not going to accept. They're going to be like, oh, I can't explain it, but it's not proof of the afterlife. Well, what is it? How do you fucking explain that? The government came out and said, yep, aliens exist. And
and they did that, and then they still discredit people like Bob Lazar.
Yeah.
And that shit pisses me off, because there have been multiple people that have come out and been like, yeah, that may be true, and we know that. Like, have you ever heard of the Tic Tac?
Yeah.
Okay,
the Tic Tac UFO.
Okay, the Tic Tac
UFO.
It's
also cigar UFO. Or
David Fravor chased it, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've talked about this multiple times, but it irritates me because basically what that fucking fighter pilot described and now we have footage of is exactly what Bob Lazar said for fucking 40 years, that we've had this technology, we don't know how to harness it, but it's out there, and it's out there a lot.
Yeah.
And I fucking worked on it to try to reverse engineer it.
Yeah.
Here are my facts. And they're still like, yeah, but no. But, by the way, everything he said we can prove, but he's still wrong. How does that work?
Dude, tell me about it. Like, hands down, the reason I believe him, like, just on top of everything, is he literally said Element 115 30 years before it even existed.
He was like Element 115. He described it. He harnessed the element in his garage and had a short video of it
in his
garage. He's also the same fucking guy who built a fucking rocket car.
Yeah.
Like, he put a actual rocket engine on his car.
And I would also like to point out, since the day he came out, his story has not changed.
No, and they've been following him, and they've been bugging him, and like, he literally refuses to talk about the story because
he keeps getting made fun of.
At this point, people he just assumes people are going to make fun of him. Yeah,
which is insane, because I would just love to talk to him. I think it would be fantastic.
Yeah, that would be nice, but
He wouldn't do it.
Fuck no, he wouldn't do it.
Dude.
He was barely willing to make that documentary and then go on Joe's show and then talk about that. Like,
I do like that everybody was just giving, even with the documentary, the people who didn't like it, they never, ever, ever said they didn't like Bob Lazar and what he was doing. They always said they didn't like the way Jeremy portrayed it. No matter what.
What do you mean?
Just like I was telling you last podcast, I didn't like the way Jeremy Corbell.
Yeah, I didn't either.
Jesus Christ, did the documentary, and I didn't appreciate that he didn't bring, according to most of the people who've read the story, he didn't bring any new evidence forth that anybody didn't know before.
No, but he did present it in like a linear fashion, all laid out.
Yeah,
this is what we have. This is what he's been saying, and this is what we can do to prove it.
So I just think I really I appreciated that even though they were giving Jeremy shit, it didn't go over to Bob Lazar.
Okay. No, I agree with that. But it just brings me back to the point that I'm like, this man has been saying this, and like we can't just be like, maybe he's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then that brings me to, okay, where's that technology now then? And the ones that are flying and like, dude, they blocked the radar. That is an act of war. And we never heard about it. Apparently, multiple guys from Russia have explained that like they turned off the chemical, like the nuclear launch things. Like they've almost like either armed them or unarmed them just to show, like they've done it multiple times when they did flyovers, just to show that they can do it.
Now, who's what?
What do you mean?
The Tic Tac ships?
The Tic Tac,
and the same ships that Bob Lazar was describing.
Well, it's the same technology that Bob Lazar was describing.
So,
but the ship
same
itself,
technology,
yeah.
One would assume.
But
same
basically,
being, same
it was
race.
another gentleman that was on Joe's show. This was where I get all these people. I hope no one cares, but like I learn a lot of cool shit from that show because he brings in anybody he likes, and a lot of them are people I'm interested in. But one of the people he had on there dove deep into this specific story of, okay, well, once David Fravor was like, apparently this isn't the first time we've seen this and it happens all the time. Okay, well then someone's had to talk about it. So this gentleman, I can't remember his name, he followed this like trail and a lot of people over here wouldn't talk. So he went to Russia because apparently Russia was having the same type of issues. Well, it turns out that someone high up in the ranks of Russia talked to this guy and was like, yeah, I'll tell you what you want to know, but I can only tell you so much, basically,
because if he told him like enough descriptive shit, it would pretty much narrow him down.
Exactly. So he was basically telling him like,
I think that's what people don't understand is that if you get too descriptive with top secret shit,
who else would know?
There's like 5 people who know that aliens exist. So if we find out aliens exist, it's one of those 5 people.
Exactly.
So they just need to be secretive. So people need to start giving people shit for being secretive.
Well, it's also stupid that they should have to lie about it. Like, we should be able to know these things. But anyway, the point is that this gentleman explained to the other gentleman that I'm referring to that apparently happens all the time in Russia too. And just like in the U.S., they've also turned off or either armed their nuclear facilities. Like basically showing them that your weapons aren't shit and we can do whatever we want with them is what the way they interpreted it. But there's no other reason to do that.
Interpreted it.
Oh my God, whatever.
Right.
That's the way it was interpreted.
Yeah, I feel you.
Butter.
But so that I don't lose my thought. Operation Fishbowl.
Jesus Christ, yes.
Operation Fishbowl was, in a sense, they took surface-to-air missiles and they fired it directly up.
Did we get the job done?
See, that's the thing. It stopped. It was like a 12-year program.
And then it stopped?
It just stopped. Now, here's the thing.
Wait, 12 years?
Right, exactly.
So there was So we were hitting something.
Dude,
okay, that makes more sense.
So
12 years. You don't shoot rockets. You don't shoot rockets into the sky for 12 years straight and go, we haven't been hitting nothing, but we're spending it. So, like, no, you don't do that.
The reason why flat earthers cling on to that,
oh boy,
is because if you read...
It's more fuel to melt our steel beams, Josh.
Book 1. the original book of the Bible. Book 1 was called the Book of Enoch.
Yep.
Okay. Now, in the Book of Enoch, God describes...
You about to drop some ancient knowledge?
I am. God describes the way that the stars were made. Okay?
Oh, boy.
He put a dome over the earth, and he literally hand-painted the sky for us. Wow. Okay? Over the dome.
Go God.
And, right? According to the Bible. So, he hand-painted the dome. And it's
hand-painted? No stencil? Damn.
No, he didn't need no stencil.
This guy fucking
It's all from the dome.
Freehand.
So, if you believe in flat Earth, you believe that there's a dome over the Earth.
Okay, but one could say the Earth could still be round and still be a dome around it. Have you never seen Spaceballs?
So, the way that would work is Antarctica wraps around everything. Now, I don't know if you know, but the only way to get onto Antarctica is to scale a 200-foot ice wall. There is no shore.
That's how high up? No, that is the shore up there.
Yeah, 200 feet. That's what I'm saying. There's no shore. Like, you can't walk up and then walk up to Antarctica. You have to climb with fucking hooks and ice.
Okay, this is another thing. Do we have fucking pictures of this?
Yeah, the ice wall? Yeah.
Pull it up.
Okay, so I'm going to lose my train of thought. You got to pull it up.
Give me it. Give me.
So, the theory is the ice wall, the dome is on top of the ice wall, okay? And the ice wall goes all the way around the world, okay? And did you also know that it is illegal to go to Antarctica?
Yeah, I think we talked about this.
You get shot on sight. $200-foot ice wall. Or just ice wall.
That's what I'm doing. But what were you saying?
You get shot on sight, right? And
who's there? Okay, that's another. Who's there to shoot you?
The National Guard.
They're there.
Yeah. So this is where it gets like crazy conspiracy, and this is where you lose people. So, also in the Book of Enoch,
dude, like they'll learn in the next podcast. Like I said, fucking Hitler went there, bro.
Yes, they describe in the Book of Enoch where, it was 6 angels.
For those that don't know what I'm referring to, this episode will be out Monday. We fucked up on the last one and said that would come out Monday, but that's my bad. This will be the video on coming out Monday. Yeah, because I'm terrible.
So
I apologize.
In the Bible, they describe that the 7 fallen angels, I said 6 because the 7th was Lucifer, the devil. He sends them down to earth, encrusted in each earth metal. So like the one fallen angel had copper, one fallen angel had iron.
Get your point.
Okay, yep. So he encased them in mountain peaks. They're all in mountains, okay? Now there's a picture, I cannot find it for the life of me, but I have seen it, okay? I have seen it.
I'll take your word for it.
Thank you. There's a picture of Antarctica, and it's 7 mountain peaks, all made out of
a real picture.
Yes. It's all made out of different stone. Here, I'll hand you my phone, Goober.
I like my phone better,
dude. All made out of different stone. In the middle mountain peak, the 7th.
Okay.
All made out of different stone. In the middle mountain peak, the 7th mountain peak, was bigger than the 3 on either side. So, obviously, Lucifer would be in the center, and there would be the 3 angels on either side.
7 Sisters Ridge?
I don't know. Like I said, as I've seen the picture, and it's in Antarctica. Either way. So, So the devil's in Antarctica, which matches up with the Book of Enoch. Right. The 200-foot ice wall, which surrounds the earth, also kind of matches up with the Book of Enoch because of the dome.
Okay.
And then, here's the kicker. Here's the crazy part, okay? So, I can't remember who it was. I believe it was Mike Pence. I know. Somebody who was directly under Donald Trump during the election. There was a man who was I can't remember who it was. It was somebody's running mate during an election.
Mm-hmm.
They went to Antarctica. That's what he was doing during inauguration.
What?
He was in Antarctica during the inauguration.
Why?
Nobody has any fucking idea. He landed almost 5 miles from the U.S. location, like the base in Antarctica. Just landed in the middle of Antarctica. And then once he left, 4 hours later, do you know what happened?
What?
The biggest earthquake in Antarctic history, a 7.0, happened.
So what does that mean? That they got to hollow Earth?
Well, no. It would mean...
There's a big hole that you can't see on Google Earth, by the way.
Because there's the political ring with all the molestation and all that bullshit. It would mean he went there to ask the devil to influence the thing, and the devil told him to fuck off.
The U.S. election?
Yeah.
What? What?
Dude.
What the fuck are you smoking?
That's the slippery slope of the fucking flat earthers.
Okay, but that's...
It doesn't make sense.
My
There's
point,
a lot of things
my
in a row
point
that
is,
don't
like,
make
what the
sense.
fuck is down there that is so scary that we can't go look at it?
It's the only place that every single country in the entire world
agrees
has
to not go there.
They have a ceasefire.
That should say something.
And again, 200-foot ice wall. Okay, and here's a...
Speaking of which, I can't find it.
Here's a. Did you Google it on your phone?
No, right here, it's Antarctic End of the Earth Part 1, and then you have just discovered
Yeah,
that
that's right here.
that it's singing.
Not singing, ignore that. This is the ice shelf. This is 200 feet. All the way across. That, right there. 200 feet. So here is...
And have we ever gotten up that?
Yeah. Yeah, we got up that in World War II.
Do we have any pictures?
Yeah, so there's actually... there was a U.S. naval officer. He had an entire fleet. His name was Captain Cook. Don't make fun of him. His name's Captain Cook, okay? Captain Cook went on a... what is it? A mission to Antarctica. He was supposed to scope it out. I believe it was during World War II or World War I. Either way, he was supposed to map out Antarctica. And how they did it back then was... Are you listening?
Kinda. Hold on.
Okay. I'll wait. Because this is important.
Well, it says that people live there.
Antarctica?
Yeah.
Like people... There's like 8 people who live there. But they're like researchers.
No, it says the number of residents varies from around 1,100 in the harsh Antarctic winter to around 4,400 in the mild summer of... October to February, plus
the
an
people
additional
who live there, like Japanese researchers,
plus an additional staff of 1,000 in nearby waters. Antarctica has no indigenous inhabitants, only permanent, and summer only staff at its many research stations.
It's just research stations that are allowed to be there, and it's like Japanese research It's the thing. They're all research stations. They're in Antarctica.
Okay, so that's the only reason. Okay, but what are we there researching? It's a big wintry desert. Are they trying to figure that? I'm gonna make fucking noises because I'm getting mad. I don't understand.
There's also a bunch of weird pictures. One of the people you showed me him, Secure Team 10 on YouTube.
Oh boy, I don't know.
Old boy, forever ago. But he showed a lot of, it's just like crashed weird shit in the snow of Antarctica. So there's just a bunch of weird stuff going on out there. And Captain Cook, the Navy guy who went out there, he was supposed to scout how big Antarctica was.
And
so what he did is he went up to the ice shelf and he put a big ass, like fucking huge flag, big ass red flag.
Is this the story about the guy who met the people there?
I don't think so.
Have you heard about this?
No. Hold on.
Okay.
He puts the flag on the ice wall, and so if you're on a boat, right? Say your boat's like this, Ethan, facing forward. Okay. You just put an ice flag in the ice wall that's like this, right? So how are you going to get around Antarctica? Antarctica's on your right. Okay. The entirety of Antarctica. This is Antarctica, and this is your boat. if you're scouting how big it is, you're just going to go to the right and go all the way around Antarctica, right?
Yeah.
Because it's a giant circle. So you know what he did? He put that thing there, and then he followed the ice wall. This man brought supplies for a 2-month journey. Or 6 months or something like that. Do you know how long he was gone?
Mm-hmm.
2 years.
What did he do?
He was going along the ice wall. Do you know how long it took?
How long?
It like I said, sorry.
Yeah,
it took 2 years.
I thought you
My
just
bad,
said
my
it
bad,
took.
my bad. It took 2 years.
Took 2
it was
years.
supposed to take 6 months.
Okay.
To go around Antarctica.
Okay.
He only turned left. He could never turn right.
Was he going that way and not this way?
No. He was where he thought he was, right next to Antarctica, and the Antarctica should have been on his right.
And he could only go that way.
And he went all the way, and he came back to his flag.
Are we sure this is true?
It's a government Navy officer. His name was Captain Cook.
Captain Cook.
I know. It's so goofy.
Well, this also... You ever heard of Richard E. Byrd?
Admiral Byrd.
Hold on.
Yep. I have heard of Admiral Byrd.
Admiral Byrd. Rear Admiral Byrd was an American naval officer and explorer. But have you heard his story?
Hold on, shit, dude. Captain Cook might be a dude who was with Admiral Byrd, because Admiral Byrd's the dude who went over the 200-foot ice wall and then found land on the other side.
Okay, yeah, no, not only did he find land...
He found land as big as Africa.
Hold on. He describes entering a world, an inner world, to where there's a whole bunch of people there. They have him land. They have people flying next to him, telling him to land. Like, hold on. Oh, shit.
He has a...
Keep talking.
Admiral Byrd has an interview I've seen. It's super old, black and white, but where he talks about this.
Right here, popular culture, when he quotes Clint Chapin of Casing believing the UFOs came from the inside of the Earth, because... Okay. Huh. Okay, here we go. In 1928, Byrd began his first expedition to the Antarctic involving 2 ships and 3 airplanes. Byrd's flagship was the City of New York. A Norwegian sealing ship previously named Samson, blah, 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 claimed was in the vicinity of the Titanic when the latter was sinking, and the Eleanor Balling, and a Ford Trimiter airplane called Floyd Bennett, flown by Dean Smith, and then... Oh my God. A base camp named Little America was constructed on the Ross Ice Shelf and scientist expeditions by Snowshoe Dog, 19-year-old. Hold on. I cannot fucking... Like, I literally watched an entire documentary about this man explaining...
Ethan.
What? Is that it? Hold on. Living History, Biography of Admiral Richard Byrd, Arctic and Antarctic.
I found the hour and 17 documentary, but this is him talking about it. And this is the interview I saw, I believe.
Will they not mention it in his fucking...
But the documentary you're talking about, he went in 1935.
What the fuck? It literally... Bro, it literally won't. It's not in his Wikipedia at all. Like at all. His claims. I think the only thing it says up here is Byrd claimed that both his expedition had been the first to reach both the North Pole and South Pole by air. His claims have reached the North Pole is disputed. He is also known for discovering Mount Sidley, the largest dormant volcano in Antarctica. It's nowhere in his Wikipedia that he was like, there's some crazy shit out there. Can you find it?
I think this is it. What did you just changed it?
Sorry. Go back to whatever it was. But either way, do you know exactly what he describes? Because now that I can't find it, I don't want to just start talking out of my ass.
Byrd?
Yeah, you should probably turn that down. Oh boy. There we go.
No, honestly, it's been so long since I heard him talk about it. No, I don't.
Jesus. Now I want to find it. And I'm irritated I couldn't. What are you looking up over there?
Captain Cook.
Huh. What about Captain Cook? Can you find out? Dun 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 dun. What the fuck? Okay, here we go. Cause this feeds into the hollow earth theory. Wrote his encounter with the lost civilization in Antarctica. According to the hollow earth theorist, Byrd met ancient race underground in the South Pole. According to Byrd's diary, the government ordered Byrd to remain silent for what he witnessed during his Arctic assignment. March 11th, 1947 journal entry. I have just attended a staff meeting at the Pentagon. I have stated fully my discovery and the message from the master. All is duly recorded. The president has been advised. I am now detained for several hours. Quotation 6 hours, 39 minutes to be exact. I am interviewed intently by... Are you listening?
Yep.
I am interviewed intently by top security forces and a medical team. It was an ordeal. I am placed under strict control via the national security provisions of this United States of America. I am, and in all caps, ordered to remain silent in regard to all that I have learned on behalf of humanity. Incredible. I am reminded
Hold on. I am ordered
to remain silent in regard to all that I have learned on behalf of humanity. So basically they're telling him, in order, like, on behalf of humanity, you must remain silent, because this is life-altering news. After many polar accomplishments, Byrd organized Operation High Jump in 1947.
High Jump, yep.
The objective, construct an American training and research facility in the South Pole.
Yep, and the way they did it was they would come in on their jets, super dope. They'd come in on jets, cut the engines while they're going down, and as they hit the water, they would jump up 200 feet, and they would fucking skid across the ice on top of the ice wall.
Well... Hold on. Nazis were fascinated with anything regarding the Aryan race. They traveled all over the world, including Antarctica, to learn more of the alleged origins. The Germans did make their mark in the South Pole. However, what they discovered doesn't compare to what Byrd recorded in his diary. Then you get into Agartha.
Yep.
Antarctica Secret. And basically what Agartha is it's the opposite of what you said Cook described. Instead of being... This is the diagram. So basically Antarctica is the outside shelf, and on the inside is the secret. Compared to the world outside being Antarctica and us being in the center, where everybody else is actually on the outside, and Antarctica is like a circle shelf holding a secret within it. But let me get more into the article. So it says, what Byrd described was not what the Nazis recorded.
There he is right there.
Yep. For thousands of years, people all over the world have written legends about Agartha, the underground city. Did Byrd find it? It says, because Bird said that he met, quote unquote, the master, the city's leader who told him of the concerns about the service world. Our interest rightly begins in just after your race exploded the first atomic bombs over Hiroshima and Nagasaki, Japan. It was that alarming we sent our flying machines, the Flugelrads, to your surface world to investigate what your race had done. You see, we have never interfered before in your race's war and barbarity. This is the ancient beings within wherever they're describing in Antarctica, explaining to Bird why we encountered them after we dropped our bombs and shit like that. It's because they came up to be like, what the fuck are these Neanderthals doing? Is basically what they're saying. But now we must, for you have learned to tamper with a certain power that is not of your man, mainly that of atomic energy. Our emissaries have already delivered messages to the power of your world, and yet they do not heed. Apparently the government knew about Agartha before Bird. According to the master, places such as Tibet, the Great Pyramid of Giza, and the North Pole all have tunnels leading to Agartha. What else did the master teach Bird? Basically the article asks. Whether the whole it says Bird didn't uncover the underground world alone. Whether the whole hollow Earth story is fact or fiction, it's a great to imagine there's still hidden civilizations out there. But this was just found in his journal.
Maybe he's crazy.
I don't know, bro. He led multiple expeditions to the North and South Pole.
That's him right there.
Antarctica. That's what I'm saying. He's not a dumb guy. And to be fair, I do want to point out, this article does not do this man's story justice. He went into great detail of, like, he describes when he flew into it. He describes that they actually had to fly next to him in their machines and guide him down to land. And then when he got down there, he talked to them. Well, Josh, what do you think? Now I'm curious. Your dude said that he kept going left, insinuating that it's around the Earth. Like it's a wall. A shelf of wall.
Right, but it's more like we're confined within it.
So it could, like, say the Earth is round. Instead of being flat like this, the wall could actually be like that.
Yeah.
But we wouldn't know that. To us, it would just look like a wall because obviously that's how we perceive how big the Earth is compared to it being round. So it could actually be like that. And then the other half of where we are. Okay, that makes sense.
Because another thing, it's fucking NASA always laughs at you. I just say NASA because everybody there, like the NASA scientists, they'll always laugh at you when you say every picture of the Earth you've ever seen is CGI. But it is. Every single picture you've ever seen of Earth,
they would argue it is an actual picture of the Earth that is digitally composited through information.
Yeah, but it's CGI. Because
it's an easy way to say it. Yeah.
Is because you can't get a full picture of the Earth from one camera. You have to take.
Which is why they were fucking pissed at Elon when he shot a rocket in the sky with a car and a camera attached to it. And if you watch his video, you can see a better actual shape of the Earth, and it's not really actually as round as...
You can actually see something fly by in the background of that, and then that's right when it cuts.
It didn't cut for a long time.
Yeah.
For like a long time.
Yeah, it was going to keep going, but then...
Well, they said it got too far.
Yeah, but it didn't. Okay,
well, what I'm saying is you see the Earth in the background, and it looks like it's a little round, and then it has a hump, and then it goes back in. Like it's a fucked up shape, and that's actually what the physical shape of the Earth.
Oblique spheroid is what the proper name for the
because
Earth is.
It's not a perfect circle.
It looks more like a pear.
Exactly. It looks like a fucked up, deformed apple, because like a pear. Yeah, you're right, because it's not, a pear isn't a perfect shape all the time. Yeah, no. So, and that's another thing. Why make it round? Why not just make it look how it looks? What's the point?
Hiding something.
Yeah, and another thing is, if we're on the inside of Antarctica, what you're describing, that circle he went in.
That's the thing, is we're not on the inside of Antarctica. Your brain's caught up on this. There is no Antarctica.
Okay.
It's a wall.
But Okay, say the Earth is round. Where's the wall at?
It just surrounds the continents. It's a circle around the continents.
And then there's something on the outside of those continents, which would be the rest of the planet?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, yes and no. That's the thing is, if there's a wall...
Do you have that golf ball? Or a ball?
Earth looks more like that.
This?
Yeah.
Google.
Think about it like that.
The Google?
Yeah. It's round, right?
Right. Okay, so what I'm saying is... I'm trying to... Do you really don't have a ball?
Pokeball.
Grab that. I'm gonna show you a little thing or two, because this is what I'm trying to describe.
Don't open it.
Okay, so say this red circle right here is Antarctica. Mm-hmm. And for all, like, from what we've been knowing, right here, all the continents, correct?
No. If you're going with that, do it like this. The very top center.
Yeah.
That is Admiral Byrd's shit. The red wall. Okay. The red wall is us. The gold on the top is the Antarctic wall, and the gold on the bottom is the Antarctic wall. We're the red in the center.
So you don't think it's like this is the Antarctic and we can only go so far?
See, that's the thing is, it might not even be more invested than that. It might be, you ever seen a Morbius strip?
Yeah, Tony Stark.
Like, the Morbius strip is infinite, right? It loops around.
Well, that's almost like going with the concept of the space base they did in Interstellar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Except instead of just being a circle, it could go...
It's Halo.
Yeah. Okay. Why go through so much fucking trouble to do that?
Who says it was a lot of trouble? What if it's the easiest thing to do?
To me, it would make more sense if this was Antarctica, like this is the round Earth, okay? All they've been depicting is what they want us to see, which is Africa, Europe, China, all this, like everything right here. And then the shelf, what we think is Antarctica, is just in one spot, and in reality, it's all the way around. So if that's the case, that's a lot they're hiding, and that's a lot to hide. Is it not?
No,
that's not a lot.
Not
or you're saying,
think about it like right now. Okay, you and me.
What if the other half of the world is the same as ours?
Yeah. You're thinking about it too linear.
No, I'm not. I'm thinking of it as in...
But the world is huge.
My point. What if it's even bigger than it's been depicted and told? That's my entire point on it.
I think it is.
So why hide that? Why go into... Why bust your ass so hard to be like, you can't go there and we can't say why, but let's not. Leave it at that. And then that's all we say. Like, why? What the fuck is so amazing or scary or crazy? Like, is it really that deep?
You could say that about a lot of things.
Yeah, I know shit. Which is why that's even more shit I don't understand. So much shit frustrates me because I'm like, how about you just tell us and then we'll see if we can handle it ourselves. Go from there.
Maybe it's like what Paul said on Paul.
Just slowly leaking information so your brain doesn't shit itself when you actually get the full contents of the information.
Think about it. If you saw... Hold on. When people see... You can scare somebody and give them a heart attack.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you saw an alien... Like something... You watched an alien come down from the sky, land, get fucking down from his saucer, walk up, and he literally walks up to you, and in his language he says, "What's up?" But to you it sounds like bleh. You wouldn't just fucking have an aneurysm and fall over.
There was a school in Zimbabwe that actually encountered this, and the being spoke to the children, and they've done documentaries and they've watched these children grow up, and every single one of these adults now are still like, yeah, that happened, can't believe it actually happened. But they were all at school one day, and they're like, I don't know, this tall, younger school children.
It's behind.
And beings came down and basically tried to explain to them that if humans don't change their ways, shit's going to pop off.
They told these random kids from Zimbabwe?
The reasoning behind the kids, what they're proposing is that they're young, healthy minds. And they're the most bendable minds.
Influential.
They're the most influential. Who's going to affect the world the most? The people that are going to be handed the world. The ones who are going to be in charge of it in the future. Who's going to change it? Probably them, not the dumbasses who clearly can't handle it now. So that's the thought on that, is get young, bright, beautiful minds and try and tell them that what is going on is wrong and they have to change it. And a lot of them actually changed the way they were going to go about their lives because of this. And then other people were like, it's super significant, but what was the point? Because obviously not much has changed, but it was documented. All the teachers that worked there were like, yes, it happened. Like, no one is disputing this and no one talks about it. But
see,
they didn't.
That always confused me. Like, how can something that massive happen and it just dies? Like, you know that Planet X shit like 2 years ago? Nibiru. What the fuck happened to that?
I don't know. That could have been a lot of ugh.
Okay, but have you seen like
the video of them fucking worshiping the
planet?
Rainbow?
Yeah,
it's a rainbow.
But, no, you could see something behind it
in the clouds. Yeah.
It looked like half a planet. How do you describe that?
I don't know. Maybe that came from the other side of the ice shelf. Maybe over there that got disputed to us accidentally. Maybe that's what they saw. That's a good theory.
What?
A signal got through the ice wall. It got uploaded to our Facebook instead of theirs.
I hate you.
Think about it.
What do you mean?
If my theory was correct and they're only hiding half of what we have.
Oh, you're saying the video was from the other people.
Yeah. What if it was from the other and they were like, holy shit. And then it got to our half and we're like, whoa, what the fuck? We didn't see this shit. And they're like, yeah, well, it's because it's not over here.
Kind of off topic, but kind of on topic. You seen those TikToks of the people who are walking around like England and it's empty and they're like, I guess I'm alone.
No.
Okay, well, it's weird.
Why does that gave me some chills. That sounded creepy.
So it's really hard to describe. It looks like it's just a ploy. Like, you ever heard of ARGs? Like online game. It's like I showed you one the other week. It was called The Sun's Gone, and it was a Twitter account.
No.
It's an ARG. He's already come out and said it's fake. But for like, he posted and he was like, I woke up and it's 1:00 p.m. The sun's not out. And then he looked. It was a video of him looking at the news, and the news said sun hasn't risen. Blah blah blah. Town's going crazy, and like, it was just videos of him.
It looked legit.
Yeah, it looked.
And he was
super
like, "It's
legit.
not legit."
Well, it's an ARG. It's supposed to convince you. It is supposed to be 100% legit. Like, he even showed his hand in one video, and it was like black and nasty because he hasn't had vitamin D. He hasn't seen the sun, and it looked super creepy. Like, his fingers were elongated. Like, it looked unnatural. Mm-hmm. So it added to the creepiness and suspense. And I assume that's what the like the people in England who say there's nobody else there. I assume that's what those are. They're ARGs. But like, it'll be like a dude who's standing in the middle of Times Square. Okay, and even during COVID, okay, like, Times Square was empty once. And this dude's just like posting videos of him going into stores and just grabbing shit and walking out, and like, no one is around him.
January 29th, 2021, walking in London, empty ghost streets, lockdown evening tour. Oh.
That's because of COVID.
Oh, well, I think they still have a curfew. So the videos you might be seeing are people breaking curfew and being like, guess I'm alone.
Maybe, yeah.
Maybe.
Either
way, still eerie.
Yeah, it's just like, what if you woke up in an old dimension, like I Am Legend, or you ever seen Hayden Christensen's movie, The Vanishing?
No.
It's awful.
Is it that bad?
It's kind of bad, yeah.
Is it kind of bad?
If you go into shadows, you turn into a shadow. So you have to stay in the sunlight.
That sounds complicated.
Yeah.
How do you sleep?
Well, you have to have like flashlights and shit like that. You have to have light.
So you always sleep with the light on?
Yeah. If you don't, or like if you turn off the light, they'll envelop you. Like you have, it's like a time span. It's really weird. You get like 10-second. You can like.
Of course, you got 10 seconds.
Right.
That's how the laws would work.
But I think it was more like a ploy, like a thing on technology and individuality. Like at the very end, Hayden Christensen becomes one with the shadow people.
Why would you recommend this movie?
Because he saves the kid at the end.
Good for him.
But like the three main characters died, and like
what the fuck?
The ending, they go, I exist, I exist, I exist.
I'm glad they exist.
And then it ends.
And then they sing Kumbaya.
Mom watched it with me. It was not very good. It's called Vanishing on 7th Street.
That sounds about as bad as the Boogeyman movie.
No, it's better than Boogeyman.
That was a terrible movie, and it was still pretty good.
Mm-mm.
Don't say his name.
Truth or Dare was terrible.
So was what's the one where that bitch keeps waking up on our birthday? Happy Death Day?
Happy Death Day was good.
No, the fuck it wasn't.
Yeah,
it made no sense.
Yeah, it did.
I mean, it made sense.
Have you ever seen Happy Death Day 2?
No.
Because that explains number 1.
Of course it does. Of course it does. Of course I have to watch a second movie to understand the first
movie. It's called Happy
movie.
Death Day to You.
Happy Death Day to you.
Because it's Happy Death Day. Happy Death Day to you.
Mm.
The second one. No, I thought it was pretty fucking funny.
I mean, I guess. I don't...
It was good. I liked it.
Horror movies escape me sometimes.
You just don't. There's really good horror movies that you probably won't like. Like Creep is the hands down one of the most
and Creep 2
terrifying movies I've ever seen.
And Creep 2,
and not because of anything other than it's just unsettling, like 100% unsettling.
It gives me the heebie-jeebies.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
The scariest part to me is when he slowly comes up behind him and just slashes him with the fucking
broad daylight.
I think it's the scariest to me because he did it so easily. And then the second one is super fucking creepy.
Creep 2
with the girl.
With the I can't even talk about it. Oh my god, dude! Good 2 movies. If you like horror movies,
they're on Netflix, I think.
Creep 1 and 2 are fucking unsettling.
Yeah, those are creepy. What's another good movie that people don't know about? Oh, fuck. Cabin in the Woods is a dope-ass horror movie.
I can't remember, but everybody knows that. Because Chris Hemsworth.
Oh, I forgot.
What's that one movie? It's about the violin player.
What?
It's called, like, Perfect or something. And it starts with this girl dating this other girl, and they're, like, perfect violin players. It's a horror movie. And she starts, like, hallucinating. But the girl that she's with, the white girl, it, like, enforces her illusions.
Yeah.
And I don't want to spoil anything, but it's really, really good. I'll find out the name and I will tell you. But it's M. Night Shyamalan type twist.
Yeah.
But it's done very well. Yeah.
Okay. I think that's good for now.
Yeah.
It's a good one to end on. I'm super tired.
Beat.
I'm gonna go home and sleep.
Yep.
Right. It's a nice conversation, everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys have a good one.
You guys learned about Flat Earth this episode.
You guys I decided I wanted to babble today. There was a lot of shit, so.
Babble the fuck on.
Babble the fuck on, yeah. That's
all
a good podcast, too.
It is.
But, all right, everybody. You guys have a good one. We'll see you soon.
Take it easy, everybody.
Bitches.
Stay safe. Bitches.
Gotta be mean to them. I know. You're fucking bullying them.